This WordPress website was hacked and I was requested to bring this live as fast as possible. Still, I wonder how many sites are hosted on WordPress. As I see Silicon Pin services, they provide a ton of hosting providing services like Drupal, Directors, Python, Golang, Node.js, especially Node.js. Like in my past 15 years of experience, each and every day I keep hearing Node.js will be each and everywhere. Each and every website will be created by Node.js. Still, WordPress dominates the market. When you need a website, especially for clients, low, medium to high, and big, even some big companies also prefer doing WordPress way. The main reason is the maturity. WordPress is mature enough and it is easy enough for the common people to use their products. Along with that, you get free and open source community as whole backup. You get a lot of free plugins are available. Those are the main reason why still today people use WordPress as their main website creating platform. Plus you get RBAC, like role based access control. You are the main administrator of that site. You easily invite another person without depending any other platform. You get other people as your content contributor or as a developer. It is so much easy and convenience. Those are the reason why those sites are still being used with WordPress. So it's been a while I used WordPress. Still, if I see those files and folder structure still near the same or it feels similar. As you can understand, it is already done, but how I have done this, let me show you the procedure or steps. Initially what I did a git repository. By using this git repository, why I have used this git repository? The main reason is to use the git repository only for the version controlling. Suppose I made any mistake, I'll be able to get back where I made the mistake. That is the reason why I have choose git and I have used the version control system. Whenever there is any hacking attempt on WordPress, 99% of them are generated from WordPress plugins, especially those plugins related to file management or similar things. As you see, those three plugins were mainly responsible: WA Animations, Caching Engine, WP File Manager. My first response was to disable those plugins. What is the easiest way? The easiest way is to disable from the database itself. The second step is to find all those administrative accounts listed on the WordPress users table. Let me show you. I found this user along with some other users created by those infected plugins. So the first step was to disable those plugins. Second step was to find all the admins. Those are not created by intended users, like those are created by those plugins, so that they can easily log in and make their own changes. So that was the step I did. In general, my first attempt is to see whether the htaccess is infected or not. What I have seen, the htaccess was not infected. As you see, all those are pretty much standard WordPress configurations, especially this line: options, indexes, so that no one can explore your WordPress files. And it's better to have all those headers to be included, like no sniff and especially the same origin thing, this one, so that your WordPress is immune to the JavaScript injections and XXS protections. And this line enables the WordPress to be executed, the main index file. And I had found like the main index file was infected, so I had to restore the main index file. Now it looks very simple, like this one on this line. What I did after that, I did like list out WordPress contents folder. There is one folder called plugins. If I list plugins folder, I have already removed those infected plugins. So it was now good to go. I made those changes on the server and made sure those users are not accessible from the database. Like I have removed those users from the database. Now the site is live, but as you see, this site still misses some CSS transition and other effects. That means still this site is not quite good looking as it used to be. The reason behind that is some of the plugins had some dependency. So right now I can safely hand over all those login information to the WordPress developer, that means the WordPress admin, so that he can make the necessary changes so that the site becomes elegant as previous it was. But I want to mention something else, like whenever we do our website projects or even with our own websites, we compress and optimize all those images, JavaScripts, even HTML and CSS, so that the site, that means the website page, becomes as light as possible. As you see on the home page, there are a ton of image and videos, especially on this section, and those images are like more than 500 KB. If we did this project, we would not choose WordPress, but we would make sure those images are below 100 KB. And yes, it is very much possible to compress those images using simple Node.js application. Like using this package, it is very easy to manage, compress and optimize all type of images, videos, even PDFs, and within one CLI command. If you just install this npm package, it becomes very easy to manage all of your website assets, especially if you are having, like one of our clients was having more than 128 GB of only image files. So it was a one line command for us to make that resize and optimization. After resize, it was like 800 MB, like going 128 GB to few MB, like 800 MB. It was such a good experience, not only for the users but also for the provider, that because it will consume less data on the disk and it will consume less bandwidth. That is the reason why each and everyone gets benefited. By the way, I tried to use some kind of AI for that matter, for especially for this case. And what are the experience? Let me show you, especially first using the windsurf. This has a built-in AI capability. If you go through all those instructions and steps it was like only wasting my time. So I left this AI and started working my own. I'm not sure even what those steps are, because I see it has gone through all those error logs. Those are like simple misleading. If you want to investigate with any kind of WordPress injection or WordPress, first you must look for the htaccess. Second, you must look for those tables containing user profiles. I don't see they had done those type of things even with like ChatGPT. Even my free quota was expired. By the way, I had a very bad experience using Claude AI few days ago. Like when the Claude AI first released, we took the paid plan. Eventually we found like using those AI for Node.js or simple task is very useful, but whenever it is complicated or like it is sequential development, it becomes very hard to use those as primary tools, because you will have to remember much more things. So it makes much more sense when if you go with your own. Even the codex, it did not go well, so I had to do my part by own. The next day I will share the experience regarding the Claude AI. Especially it had charged me nearly $800 just for one day. I'm not sure how even they did something like that. Okay, I will share that experience next day.